From Halas Hall, after the Bears wrapped up their second mini-camp practice, I'm Kevin Fishbain, joined by Arthur Arkush and Nate Atkins. And the focus today after practice was the defensive line, the new revamped 30 front in Vic Fangio's defense. And Arthur, we got a chance to talk to Jarvis Jenkins, and when Ray McDonald got cut, and we talked about this in another video, Jarvis Jenkins steps in, has an opportunity to use what he learned in Washington and kind of step in and maybe compete to be the starter.
Yeah, he is now the big free agent, veteran addition with the 3-4 experience. He talked a little bit about that today. Actually, you asked what he would recommend to the younger guys, Will Sutton, Ego Ferguson, what they should take away from going to a 3-4. He said play big, and that's what jumps out about Jarvis Jenkins, his size, 6'4", 315. He's got that experience, and he said he wants to be a better pass rusher too. So there's a starting job there for the taking. They need him to take it and bring some experience to that room.
And quickly, Arthur, also Jeremiah Ratliff, you talked to him the other day, and he's been moving nose and end. And here's a guy who just wants to get to the playoffs, wants to get a championship. He doesn't care about the Pro Bowls, a real team player mentality. And I would imagine he's looking forward to really anywhere he plays in the line.
Yeah, you just said it. He's happy to play anywhere. He's got some Pro Bowl experience playing on the nose, said he was comfortable there yesterday. But you can feel this guy's hunger to win. Obviously, it's a 5-11 team. I think expectations need to be tempered. But as I said yesterday, I just think he's going to be a great presence in this room that's undergoing a youth movement. And again, he brings some Pro Bowl experience to the table.
And both Ratliff, Jarvis Jenkins, and John Fox all have had very good things to say about Eddie Goldman, the second-round pick expected to be in the conversation at nose tackle. Nate, flip over to the offensive side of the ball. Jay Cutler had some very nice things to say about Eddie Royal. We know they played together in Denver. He talked about what a hard worker Eddie Royal was that first year for him there. Now they're reunited here. We've seen a lot of connections from Cutler to Royal. You got a chance to talk to Eddie Royal. What have been his first impressions of this offense and kind of being here with Jay and in Chicago?
Jay Cutler had some good things to say about Eddie Royal, and he returned the favor. He just talked about how happy he is to play with Jay again, trying to reignite what he had his rookie year when he had his career high in catches and in yards, and just talked about Jay having this gunslinger mentality. He feels like he can kind of flip the page, just go out there and throw it around. It's a little more fun for a receiver. He talked about loving playing in like a pass-first offense. But then, of course, he added in, with a guy like Matt Forte, adds some versatility there, and they'll want to get some balance there. But just seem to be happy to be back with Adam Gase, with Jay Cutler, and to be in a place where he kind of feels valued.
Yeah, certainly brings an element to the Bears offense they have not had the past year. Earl Bennett, I think Eddie Royal might be a little bit of an upgrade there in terms of the speed he brings. Arthur will wrap up back on the defensive side of the ball. We've talked a lot about Shea McClellan this offseason, playing inside linebacker, getting a lot of reps. The other thing he's doing out there, he's calling the plays for the defense, and I think this is something that might make a lot of Bears fans cringe about the former first-round pick, somebody looking for a new contract and trying to establish himself at another position. And John Fox, he spoke highly. And I don't know, were you surprised at all by how things have worked out for Shea so far this spring?
Not really. I think what Bears fans need to remember, Phil Emery, Lovie Smith, they're gone. There's no reason, there's no loyalty to Shea McClellan. So to hear this new regime pumping him up is very real. Granted, it's June. He hasn't put the pads on, but he's got the size, he's got the athleticism, and I'm not all that surprised, in part because of the limited options. John Bostic hasn't been working, but also the pedigree. He was a former first-rounder, even if he was a surprising one for a reason. So it'll be fascinating. That'll be one of the best storylines to watch as the rest of the offseason unfolds.
Yeah, we'll certainly be watching Shea McClellan and all these defensive linemen when they put the pads on in Bourbonnais. We'll get to learn a lot more about them. That'll do it for us here in Lake Forest at Halas Hall. For all the best Chicago Bears coverage, stick right here at ChicagoFootball.com.